everybody. This is Pastor Susan, and welcome to this week's Pastor's Update. I am so thrilled today to have Malia Rhodes join me as we're talking about a very important part of Florence Christian Church's outreach ministries during this season when we are in COVID mode. And I think we've mentioned many times before that one of the things that we've had to do is to expand our ministry to meet real needs of our community. You know, our church has always been considered, a servant church to our community, and this has been no exception to the time. So, Malia, thank you for being with us. I wanted to ask you if you could just tell us what food ministry was like last week in the life of Florence Christian Church. This is something that needs to be shared.
It was definitely a very busy week. Thank you, Pastor Susan. Last week was a busy week with not just the abbreviated makeshift turkey supper, but also the twice a month food distribution, as well as our daily food pantry ministry. So I'll kind of start with saying it started, last weekend, on the weekend with Sharon, Stanley, Donna, and I packing boxes for the turkey supper, the modified turkey supper for our shut-ins and our seniors at Arcadia. And then on Monday, the food pantry is now stocked. It's a very coordinated effort between about 6 individuals: Chris McCoy, Donna Murphy, Butch Carr, Shauna Relaford, and me. So every day, about twice, sometimes 3 times a day, that outdoor food pantry is stocked.
Wow.
So that, just starts Monday and goes every day. And the focus there is on 2 different types of people that have needs. One is our food insecure families who have, kitchens, and they're not homeless. They have their own homes, but they're food insecure. And so we work on providing ingredients for them to be able to, prepare food in their own homes. And that's one shelf of the pantry. And the second shelf is for our food insecure homeless people who stop by at any time of day and get ready, what we call ready to eat meals, ready to eat food, granola bars, fruit, those kinds of things. So that, is happening every day last week, which it does every day of the month. And then the Panera team was working Monday night. We have a separate set of volunteers that every Monday night, a family in our church goes to Panera. Chrissy and Shauna, Brandon and Tyler, Sam and Veston, Dawn and Tammy, and then Melissa. They alternate Mondays, and we receive bread from Panera every Monday, a huge distribution that they then take home and separate and bring back to the church on Tuesdays. And then that bread is distributed all week long in the food pantry. That happens every week. Then on Tuesday was our bi-monthly food distribution. And, that is advertised as a 1-hour distribution, but it is a full day. It is a full day production involving many members, many different agencies, lots of different tasks behind that. So,
and I just want to ask you really quick. Now, I know regularly that ministry's been growing, especially as the year has gone by. And so how many did we serve this past week?
So that's interesting. Phyllis Reed is one of the sort of coordinators behind the scenes, and she shared with me yesterday that, July and August and September, we had like 110 households serving 250 or so families or members.
Yeah.
And this last week, it was about 180 families serving almost 500 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the amount of food that we have to distribute now is really grown. I did the math, and it looked like over 9,000 pounds of food was distributed on Tuesday.
Wow.
So, it got started early in the morning with the food pantry delivering thousands of pounds of food on pallets, with Shauna working with them early in the morning. Within an hour, Sam Combs shows up with to drive the U-Haul truck, and they head down to a church called the Word of Life Church in Covington to get these really, really big boxes. It's 31 pounds in each box of farm to table produce.
Wow.
So all kinds of produce, milk, we've had yogurt, eggs, chickens, packaged meat. And that's in addition to all of the food donated by the food pantry. And so they're on their way to Covington to pick that up. And that's like a 4 or 5 hour trip
Yes.
to get there with the bridge traffic, with the closure. And then I'm at Master Provisions getting a big delivery, loading up cases and cases of bread products for the distribution. And so all of that is happening in the morning, and then around noon our volunteers arrive. And so I'm trying to think of who all was there last week. Sharon and Hannah Stanley, um, Donna Murphy's there, Phyllis Reed's there, as well as volunteers from all the agencies that are coming
Yes.
to help us.
That partnership, we need to lift that partnership up, because we're not doing this by ourselves by any stretch of the imagination.
No, we are so blessed with having the coordination efforts of Phyllis Reed, who is so connected to so many different agencies. So there's like the Board of Health, Live Well Florence. I think the Boone County Library has people volunteering. And then there's agencies like Anthem and United Healthcare and Legal Aid who are providing, they're either providing bags, they're providing volunteers, they're providing educational materials. And so, all of this stuff is basically turns our narthex into like a warehouse distribution center for a day. And it's all coordinated. We are all packaging it up, preparing these packages and bags, and then it starts.
Right in, right? People are just driving right in. Yep.
Drives right in under the carport. And everyone's wearing masks, everybody's socially distanced, where it's very safe. And we load all the food directly into people's trunks or back seats or backs of their pickup trucks. And then they go on, and then there's cleanup. So it is a full, 8-hour day production with a lot of people involved. And the food's coming from, all kinds of different places. So we are so blessed to have so many volunteers and agencies coming in for this as well.
Next week, I don't know if you know this, Malia, but next week the health department is coming to do flu shots for people who haven't gotten their flu shots yet. So, I mean, the partnerships continue, and that's just awesome. Well, I know that's not all that you did last week.
No, the turkey supper was last week. So that event was coordinated by Sharon Stanley. And that was a big event because that had to be reconfigured because of the pandemic. And so, as I said, we prepared some boxes on the weekends, but then Wednesday, I'm off to Sam's picking up fresh chickens with Sharon. And then we're meeting Donna Murphy at church with, and Gail McDaniel was helping also in that, and then Brenda Strong as well, and Trisha Moore. Ended up, loading all the carts and heading off to 26 members of Arcadia, residents of Arcadia, to give them a Thanksgiving meal. And then some of us went off on our own to deliver to our shut-ins. So I think there were about 4 shut-ins that we had prepared meals for. So that was fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you got to see a couple of people that you hadn't seen in a while, and meet for the first time, and that was awesome.
The highlight for me was seeing Alma and Bill, sweet couple in our second service, who certainly I miss everyone, but seeing Alma and Bill was definitely the highlight of my day. And then I got to meet James Potts, who I had never had a chance to meet. That was really nice.
Right. So in terms of, you had a very, very busy week last week.
It was busy.
Very busy week last week, but it sounds to me like it was very fulfilling as well.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, COVID is hard. We're all isolated. We're all stuck at home, in so many different ways and places. I hear, be grateful and give of yourself, because when you're giving of yourself, it takes your mind off everything else. And for sure, that is one of the blessings that I feel like I can donate my physical time and in safe, socially distant ways, and help others whose needs are greater than my own. And it's a great way to stay connected, because if I wasn't staying connected that way, I wouldn't be hearing about our shut-ins and those who are hospitalized and who have had surgery, and who have lost loved ones, and it's nice to be connected.
So I just want to just make a pitch. We say we have a lot of volunteers, and we do, and we're very thankful for all of our volunteers. But if there are others that are hearing this that would like to get involved in this ministry, it is very, very important. And I know that the pantry, the outdoor food pantry that we have, it's got to be up, 2 to 3 times a day refilled. And I know we can always use more help doing that every day of the week. And so if anyone has a question about any of these ministries, please give the church office a call. I'm sure Malia will be also glad to talk to anybody if they've got any questions about kind of the hands-on part of it. But please continue to pray and support these ministries in any way that you can. And I just give thanks to God for you all. And Malia, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Pastor Susan. It's good talking to you.
Good talking to you too. And good seeing you.
You too. Here's a hug.
Virtual hugs. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.